What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Pedal Down 4x4. And this is the cleanup episode. Well, I guess you could say cleanup. What I mean by that is I have a to-do list now. And the reason for this to-do list is basically when you're working on a project like this, right? Your straight axle stuff, whatever you're doing, engine swap, you have all the big stuff done. So everything is done. Now I have the little things. So I have these listed. So you can see right here, parking brake, diff breather, mirror wiring, the corner lights in the grill. Then for the second, whenever my radiator comes in, the intercooler piping, exhaust. Number 3, bleed the brakes, power steering, secure the line, torque check, alignment. 4 is coilover brace, 5 is diff re-gear. So all that stuff is basically stuff I still need to do to get the truck roadworthy and ready to go. All the major stuff is done besides, I guess, the re-gear. But so just for example, for this grill, right? This is my 95 grill. This thing is zip tied in many different spots just because the clips are gone, or I had to cut it because of the intercooler. The corner light's not here, it's currently over there on the side. The mirror lights for this mirror light down here, I accidentally nicked that with the grinder, so I need to repair that wire. As well as, if you remember from last time when we did the links, the parking brake no longer fits. So you can see I have one bolt in, but it's moved back, so I need to drill and tap new holes. So I also need to do the breathers. So there's a hole on the top here for a breather, as well as the one on the back. This hose that's dangling right here is my old breather line, and I'm gonna just redo the breathers. So this video will be going on throughout the week because I only have an hour between my two jobs. So you will see me wearing different shirts in the same video, and that's just me doing all the small stuff. So the first thing on this list is the easiest thing right now is going to be the mirror wiring, the corner lights, and the grill. And then tomorrow, which will be the same video, I'll get into diff breathers and the brakes. So let's get to it. This is going to be the corner light that's on the Tacoma right now. Now, it's just a simple plug-in. So that plugs in like that. Give it a little twist. And that's golden. So the next thing I need to do is I need to get a screwdriver. And we are going to unscrew some of these screws. You know, it's boring because I literally cleaned up my garage. I'm waiting for parts. Nothing else better to do. So I literally just started cleaning up my garage because I ain't got shit else to do. Might as well clean up something, make it a little easier for myself. Take this guy. And there are these little square indents where these go on. Honestly, I don't like these 95 corners. You cannot use the 90, I believe it's 8 or 97 and up corners on the front end of your truck, because this is a swap, right? So this whole front end is swapped to an older style 95 front end. But the only thing you need for that swap is really the grill. You need to drill out a couple of holes. You need to make a couple holes squares so it fits like lights and fits the grills and shit like that. So, and yeah, so there are these 2 screws that screw in here. And then on the very top, there's a little hole that the grill clips into. These are the worst kind of clips, but I mean, it'll still work. It's a little bit bigger, so yeah, there we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so corner lights in. Now, we need to fix the dangly issue. So I'm gonna look down here and I'm gonna take a look. So I have you guys taped to the tripod because I don't know where my actual like mount went. But if you look down here, there's really nothing this will clip into right now. So I'm probably gonna just zip tie this guy up here, and then there's nothing. So we'll just zip tie this guy right here, and then we'll get into the little insert. Okay, so got that guy zip tied. So now she's pretty solid. So now I have to put this in. This is a little cover plate. I kind of forgot. Does it just clip in? I guess it just clips in. So let's just solid now. The metal is bent, so I had to bend it back. Scratched right here, so I gotta throw some touch-up paint on that. But that is the grill and this little cover piece checked off our list for the day. So we're gonna go over here and we are going to take a look. Where is that? Right here, corner lights and grill is done. So up next, we'll go look into the mirror wiring. So the mirror wiring is like this wire right here, and it's absolutely hammered. So I'm gonna cut that, and I'm just going to I'm just gonna crimp them. I mean, you can use whatever you want, but I got crimps right here, so I'll just crimp these wires, and then that'll be checked off the list too. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna check the other side. I didn't look at the other side, but I'll go do that right now. And then what's next on this list? Maybe we'll go get into the parking brake, because I don't have any hoses for the diff brake. Well, actually, I might have hoses, but I need the little filters. So we'll get into the parking brake after this. Okay, so I've repaired the wire. I just I put the crimp on it, and those crimps do have adhesive in it, and then I heat shrunk them, and then I taped them, and I taped them all together so they're nice and tight. So if we go back to our little list here, where is it? Mirror wiring, that is done. So up next, we're gonna look at the parking brake. Okay, so I have the parking brake kind of where I want it. It's bolted into this one hole, this random hole right here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use this punch. I'm gonna punch some holes, and then I'm gonna drill the frame, and then we'll get some riv nuts in there. So let me do that real quick. Maybe I can set you guys up. I don't know how well. Maybe if I set you guys back further. I would ask you if you can see that pretty well, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't matter because you can't answer me. Okay. Let's drill this hole. Oh. Oh. Alright, so I put a new battery in the GoPro. Can you see that? I threw a little bit of paint on there. So we try to prevent some rust, but who are we kidding? We live in Hawaii. It's gonna rust anyway. Everything rusts here. Even the rust will rust. Ow! Motherfucker. We're just gonna unbolt this guy. How long is this bolt? Alright, so that's dangling out. Nice. And now, throw a little more quick paint on there. Now this is a riv nut tool. So this is the riv nut. So this will go inside of that hole right here. And then your actual bolt will bolt in through here. So I'm not sure if this hole is even big enough. Of course it's not. Why would it be big enough? Alright, step drill bit. What are you doing, step drill bit? Don't fail me now. Alright, so we drilled the hole. I need new drill bits. Bad. But we're gonna grab our little tool here, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna screw that on. Right, just like that. Then we're gonna put this guy in here. And now, with a lot of force, we're gonna compress this guy. I think go a little more so we can tighten it down a little more. Okay. Now, that is gonna give you a rib nut. So that's how you make a threaded insert rib nut, whatever you want to call it, into your metal. So there you go. That is a little rib nut. So I'm gonna bolt this on the other side. I'm gonna bolt it back on, mark the other side, drill it, do all the rib nut, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in a little bit. Okay, so got the parking brake all bolted up. It's not going anywhere. Rib nuts on the top too, and there's a factory bolt on the bottom. So now this cable is kind of just dangling here. I'm just gonna probably secure this somewhere where it's out of the way, where it's not on the link. It is fine like this, but because the rod's actually inside, right? This is just like a sheath cover thing. So I'm probably gonna make like a mount or something that can bolt it to like the transfer case or something like of that sort, so it stays away from the link. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. I have to go to work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna go into doing the diff breather, this whole bullshit right here that I made last time. I'm gonna pull that off, and we're gonna do some diff breathers. Okay, what's up everybody? So I'm back from work. This is the next day. This is Tuesday. I'm gonna look right here. So far, parking brake is done, the mirror wiring is done, and the corner lights and the grill is done. So we're gonna move on to our diff breather. So I got these little NPT to nipple fittings 3/8, and I got some tubing here, and we're gonna make some diff breathers. The only thing I need to get still is a little filter that goes on the top. I usually just use like, I think they're like lawnmower fuel filters or something. They're real small, like that big, and they work perfect for a diff breather. So I'm gonna go ahead and start running these, or I'm gonna start putting in this fitting. I need to put some Teflon tape on here, and if you watched the last video, we all know how that went. So I'm gonna do that off camera, get these in, and then I'll show you guys how to install and make your own little diff breathers. Okay, so any diff that you get, regardless if it's aftermarket like the Rock Assault, any diff, it could be a 4.9 inch, it could be a Dana axles. That's 4.9 inch is not really an axle, it's a diff, but any kind of axle, Toyotas, Nissans, whatever, if you're into that kind of stuff, they're gonna have to have a breather. And the reason for a breather is that when the diff is in operation, it is going to heat up, and if you don't have a breather to let air in and let air out, it'll actually push out axle seals and it'll push out oil. So you'll see right here, if I move this stuff, there's a little hole So that hole is actually where you can put in a diff breather. So for this one, and it is hard to kind of see, it's right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. I'm starting to regret putting this gusset right here. I'm gonna get this in. The gusset's in the way, so let me try and do this. Okay, so I got the fitting on. You guys can see right there. That guy is on. So I did buy about 6 feet of line. I cut this guy in half, so now it's 3 feet. And all you're gonna do is, well, first you're gonna take your line and you're just gonna get it on there, right? So you just wanna, it's kind of a pain to try and film and do this at the same time. Hopefully like that you can see. All right, so the line is currently on. I will put a hose clamp on this. I'll just slide it over on this other end, and then now all I'm gonna do is give myself enough room but mount this line up towards inside of the engine bay, and that's gonna give me ample enough space. So this line is basically done. I should get the filter for this side, and then I'm gonna mount it up, and then make sure to put these 2 hose clamps on. Now this line's basically done. That's as easy as it gets. It's super cheap, super fast mod. Less than 20 bucks it'll cost you. So now I'm gonna go do the rear. I'll show you guys that, and diff breathers are done. So now we're in the back of the truck. You'll see these other shock mounts. This is when I used to run 4 shocks because it used to look cool, but I'm over that. So anyway, this is the old diff breather. It's a push connect fitting on this guy, so might be a little bit stiff. Oh yeah, that guy is super stiff. All right, well, that push fitting does not want to come off. It's been in there for a long time, which is also another reason why I want to get rid of this thing. So we're gonna get rid of this guy. Okay, so that guy is off. We're gonna put on this one, and then if you are wondering, 1/8 NPT -27 on the thread. That's what fits our trucks, or I think it fits, and if it doesn't fit, I'm cross-threading the hell out of these NPT fittings, which makes perfect as Loctite. Remember now, nature's Loctite is cross-threading. So let me get this guy nice and tight. Hopefully, okay, I think you guys can see that. So we're gonna just tighten this guy down. Just remember, it doesn't have to be super tight. Get your hose. Push that on top of there. And now this hose will get mounted somewhere up there, probably like up here or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just need to get the filter like I said last time, and then we're gonna just zip tie that guy up, throw some hose clamps in here, and then we're good. So that's diff breathers. That's literally how easy it is to do. You put the NPT fitting in there, you jam your hose on, make sure you have enough slack for the flex that you do have, and then you just zip tie them up somewhere where they're not going to be in the way. All right, so diff breathers are done. So we're gonna just come over here, scratch the diff breather part out, and let's take a look what we have next. What we still have left to do is the rear diff, re-gear, radiator, intercooler piping, coilover brace, alignment, torque check, interior. We the bumpers, bleed the brakes, and the power steering, as well as exhaust. So in order to keep this video a little bit short, we're gonna cut it at there. We got the grill, we got the lights, we have the mirror light on, or the mirror light connected, we have the diff breathers in, we have, what else did we do? Oh, and we have the parking brake cable connected. So that's slowly getting those little things done. Next episode, hopefully, if I'm looking at this correctly, we can get done with the radiator, because that should be coming in on Monday, or I think. But actually, you know what? I don't think we're gonna be able to get to that. So I think instead, what we will be doing is we're gonna start doing the interior and getting the interior put back together on the Tacoma. There are a lot of little bits and pieces that I have on the side that need to get done. So until next time, and as always, thanks for watching.